Did you know that the fashion industry is one of the biggest polluters in the world? Behind the trendy clothes we buy at low prices lies a hidden reality, one that affects our environment, our oceans, and even the people who make our clothes. Welcome to this video, where we will uncover the real impact of fast fashion and explore what we can do to make more sustainable choices. Fast fashion refers to the mass production of inexpensive clothing that follows the latest fashion trends. Companies like Zara, H&M, and Shein release new styles every week, encouraging consumers to buy more and discard clothes quickly. While this may seem great for affordability and style, it also comes at a high cost to our planet and society. Through this research, we explored three main questions. First one, what is the environmental impact of fast fashion? Second, are there sustainable alternatives to fast fashion? Third, how can consumers take responsibility for their choices? Now, let's dive into what we found. The first major issue with fast fashion is its enormous impact on the environment. Now, let's break it down into key areas: water pollution, carbon emissions, and textile waste. Water pollution. Did you know that the textile industry is the second largest polluter of water globally? The dyeing and finishing process of fabrics release chemicals like lead, mercury, and arsenic into rivers. These toxic substances not only harm marine life, but also contaminate drinking water sources for millions of people. One shocking fact we uncovered is that producing just one cotton t-shirt requires about 2,700 liters of water. That's enough for one person to drink for nearly 3 years. Imagine how much water is wasted in producing millions of garments every day. Carbon emissions. The fashion industry is also a major contributor to climate change. In 2018 alone, it produced 2.1 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions. That's more than all international flights and maritime shipping combined. The reason for this high carbon footprint is the heavy reliance on synthetic fibers, like polyester, which are derived from fossil fuels. Another major issue is transportation. Since fast fashion brands produce clothes in countries like Bangladesh, Vietnam, and China, they need to ship them worldwide, burning massive amounts of fossil fuels in the process. Textile waste crisis. Now, let's talk about waste. The fashion industry produces 92 million tons of textile waste each year, and about 85% of discarded clothing ends up in the landfills or is incinerated. The worst part? Most of these fabrics contain synthetic materials that take hundreds of years to decompose. One of the biggest problems is the culture of overconsumption. Fast fashion brands encourage people to buy more by constantly releasing new collections. As a result, people throw away clothes after wearing them just a few times. Now, you might be wondering, if fast fashion is so harmful, why do people still buy it? Our survey found that 70% of consumers purchase fast fashion mainly because of its low prices and convenience, but only 30% actively seek sustainable alternatives. This shows that while people are aware of the issue, they often don't take action because ethical fashion seems expensive or inaccessible. But here's the good news: there are sustainable alternatives. The first one being thrift shopping and second-hand clothing. Buying second-hand reduces textile waste and extends the life of clothing. Apps like Depop, Poshmark, and ThreadUp make it easier to shop sustainably. Second one, supporting ethical brands. Brands like Patagonia, Everlane, and Reformation focus on the fair wages, sustainable materials, and eco-friendly production. Third one, clothing swaps and upcycling. Instead of throwing away clothes, people can swap, donate, or repurpose them into new outfits. Every little step we take matters. The more we support sustainable options, the more we push the industry to change. Fast fashion may be convenient, but its impact is devastating. From water pollution to carbon emissions and textile waste, the industry is harming both the planet and people. However, change is possible if consumers, brands, and policymakers work together. We can make fashion more ethical and sustainable. It starts with small actions, choosing second-hand over new, supporting ethical brands, and being mindful of our purchases. So, the next time you shop, ask yourself, do I really need this? Where did it come from? What impact does it have? Together, we can make fashion a force for good.